Student, in last lecture, just we have discussed some very few important things related to how we can read the text. So just in today's class, I would like to recap you whole thing because this is little bit tricky topic, and today I have also taken some examples also to understand and explain that what are those methods and through which we can understand the real meaning of the particular sentence or the particular word. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the text. Text is the thing through which a person conveys a message. Either it can be the written, either it can be the book, either it can be the speech, either it can be the art. So any form of things can be there through which any person try to convey some certain message, convey some certain views, opinion, or things which is been written or the unwritten. So we have discussed about that. If after that we have seen that there are the three important school of thoughts are there, or we can say that approach, that textual approach is there, contextual approach is there, postmodernist approach is there. Under the textual approach, we have seen that there are three important thinkers are there, and these three important thinkers always try to give very systematic, very different or what you call important views that how we can read or understand any particular text. So the Leo Strauss has talked about the analytic technique. In that analytic technique, we have discussed that the Leo Strauss has talked about whenever we are reading any sentence, we need to understand the real meaning. Here today I have taken you some examples. Today I am trying to see the we need to understand the Gandhi's truth is my God. So how we can interpret the thing that what is the real meaning Gandhi wanted to say with this sentence? Truth is my God. So what we need to do? We need to do the analysis. We need to do the analysis in the terms that what is the truth understands for the Gandhi. Truth related to the telling not to lie or telling only to the truth, or it has some certain roots. It has some certain background. So we need to understand according to the Gandhi, the truth is a kind of work, or it is related with the work of every individual, because the truth is associated with our activity. So if so in this sentence, as we have tried to understand that what is the meaning of the truth is there, that for Gandhi the truth is my God is there. So we need to understand the real meaning of the truth, and this can be only possible when we can do the analysis. So that thing has been said by the Leo Strauss. The second thing which has been mentioned by the Leo Strauss is the careful reading. Means we need to read every person in a very careful manner. Like the Woodrow Wilson has said that the method of political science is interpretation of life. It instruments in insight or nice understanding of subtle, unformulated conditions. It means that how we can read this sentence. So if you can apply the Leo Strauss method, then we need to see that what is the political science understand according to what is the definition, what is the meaning of Woodrow Wilson according to the political science. The most point of time, Woodrow Wilson have always associated with the political science with the term governance, and he has talked about the governance related to the life, governance related to the people. So what I'm trying to say that what is the how we can understand any particular thing, that can be only possible when we can do the careful reading. The next thing which has been said by the Leo Strauss is the attention giving, attention and to read the chapter's title. For example, if we can read a book or any title, for example, this article is there. In this article, you can see that there is one. This is their written spokes, and the mental texts are there, like the conventional and the natural texts are there. So if we are trying to read these things, so these headings have some certain kind of value, some certain kind of importance. Means the conventional and the natural text. So the author is trying to say or to convey some certain message with this heading. So whenever we are reading any book, we need to read the title or chapter title or any sub theme or the subtitle in a more emphasis manner, because according to all the writer, all the authors, they always write that heading, they always give the title of the chapter, because those whole thing is going to discuss around that particular title. So for that, we need to understand and read the title in a very much emphasized and the what we call the open eye basis, so that we can capable enough to understand the real meaning of the thing which is been written inside the chapter. The second thing, the next thing which is being said by the Leo Strauss is the frequent use of word. What is the frequent use of word? Here in this paragraph, I'm trying to show you that how the what is the meaning of the frequent use of word. Like in this uh, now I think it can be visible to all of you. So you can see that the on the other hand, if natural and conventional refer to the particular connection between the things is to be as a sign and the meaning for which it's supposed to stand, it is clear that all texts are composed of conventional sign. So you can see this conventional term is been used by the or has been used by the author in a regular basis. Same thing like that, you will find the author has used the term text always. Means for the author, the text is something very important. So with this sentence, with this example, what I am trying to say that according to the Leo Strauss, if this particular word is repeating every time, then we need to understand the real meaning of that word, because that word is a center point for the author. As yesterday we have discussed about the Gandhi's Hind Swaraj. In all the chapter, you will find that Gandhi has used the term Swaraj everywhere. So according to the Gandhi, the Swaraj is the key term. Swaraj is the center point or the core point of the book. Hind Swaraj is there. So whenever we are trying to read any particular text or particular paragraph, particular book, we need to be very careful. There can be another word is there like truth, like God. These words has been repeatedly used by the Gandhi to explain his thing, to explain his ideas. So whenever we are reading any book, we need to be very careful while the time of reading text, and we need to see that there is any word is repeating in a regular basis. So we have to be very careful about that, and we need to grab the real meaning of the particular word in a much more emphasized manner. ये सबसे ज्यादा important है कि कोई भी वर्ड, कोई भी शब्द अगर रेगुलर यूज हो रहा है, चाहे वो स्वराज है, चाहे वो गॉड है, चाहे वो ट्रुथ है, so हमें जरूरत है, we need to understand that what is the real meaning of the word according to the author, because each word have several interpretation, and every person interprets the word as a several manner. Like we have discussed that according to the Gandhi, that truth is the God, truth is my God. So we need to understand the what is the meaning of the truth and what is the God understands for the Gandhi. So we need to understand, we need to interpret those words in a much more emphasized manner. The next thing which we have discussed about the method structuring sentences. Here I am taking you the example related to this book. This is just as an article, but if you read the book of Gandhi's Hind Swaraj, then you will understand the real thing. Or whenever we are reading any book, if there is any very much interrogatory sentence are there, it means the author is very much confused. Author is questioning everything, and author is not clear about that what is going on, what is the things are there. Means the author is very much upset, and author is not very happy with the current situation. That's why the author is always trying to question some certain thing. That's why he's always trying to write the sentence in a much more interrogative manner. So this thing has been also suggested by the Leo Strauss. After that, we have discussed about the Leo Strauss is the uh, every text, like I'm taking the text like Gandhi's. A man is but a practice is thought what thing he becomes. So this sentence can be interpreted in a two basis. First is the what is the basic, what is the obvious, means esoteric meaning is there, means what is the obvious meaning is there. So according to him, the all the person can do the work according to his thought and what he thinks he become as that person. But the real but the hidden thing can we can identify why Gandhi has said this sentence. So Gandhi wanted to make human being not a modernist person. Gandhi wanted to make a human being who can work for the other, who can work for the Ram Rajya, who can work for the trusteeship, who can work for the others rather than the self. So with this sentence, Gandhiji was trying to convey a certain message. So this with these two interpretation, we can understand that each sentence can be interpreted by in a from a two basis, from a what you call two ways, two methods. So this thing we can apply in all the text whenever we are reading, especially the classical text. The next is the quest for internal truth. Means we need to understand, we should try to understand the truth behind this sentence, the truth behind this sentence. Democracy is when the indigent and not the men of property are the rulers. Means why the Aristotle has said that, what's the basic reason behind it. So we need to understand the truth, that how the Aristotle has criticized the democracy, and he doesn't like the democracy, and he's seen that democracy is nothing else but the rule of mob, or rule of mob people, and there is no skill is been involved. So he has criticized the democracy. So whenever we are reading any text or the thing, we need to understand, we should try to understand or grab the real meaning of the truth or the particular text. Same thing like that, the Hannah Arendt. Hannah Arendt is one of the important thinker who has contributed a lot, especially related to the textual and the contextual approach. Hannah Arendt has given much more emphasis on the etymological method. What is the etymological method? Means whenever we are reading any text, whenever we are reading anything, we need to understand the history, or we need to understand the historical roots and the links of particular author, particular text, or particular situation. For example, Albert Einstein has written, "The politics is more difficult than the physics." What is the meaning of this? So this sentence can be interpreted from several bases. So according to the Albert Einstein, if we can interpret, if this word can be understand, we can understood the term according to the Albert Einstein time. We need to go to the his time. We need to see that what kind of political things were going on during that period of the time. What was the political discoveries has been done during that period of the time. We need to understand that what is the real meaning of the political according to the Albert Einstein is there. During means we need to read that during that period of the time, what was the meaning of the politics was there, what was the interpretation of the politics was there. मतलब कि उस समय लोग पॉलिटिक्स से क्या समझते थे, पॉलिटिक्स का सही मायने में अर्थ क्या होता था. तो हमें अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन के समय में जाना पड़ेगा, और उसके टाइम में चाहे वो पॉलिटिक्स है, चाहे वो फिजिक्स है, we need to try to understand what is the meaning of these words during that period of the time if you want to understand this stanza of the Albert Einstein. So the epistemological approach, this etymological approach basically try to talks about whenever we are reading any text, we need to go to in the history of those texts so that we can capable enough to understand the real meaning of the particular word, particular text, or particular book, or particular article. Like Gandhi has written the Hind Swaraj. So whenever we are trying to understand the Gandhi's view, we need to understand the situation. What was the situation? Why Gandhi wanted to change the human being first, rather than criticizing the Britishers. So Gandhi has realized that it is not the humans are bad, it is not the Britishers are bad, but it is our thought process which is corrupt or which is bad. So Gandhi wanted to change the thought process. So what I am trying to tell you is that the Hannah Arendt has talked about whenever we are reading any text, we need to give more weightage to the history. We need to give more weightage or emphasis on the historical thing, historical evidence, so that we can capable enough or grab the real meaning, grab the real thing, what the author is trying to say with those sentences, what author intention is there. So that can be only possible when we can apply this what you call the historical link of the particular text or particular author, and the particular condition and the situation was there which has propelled the author to write down the text. The next thing which has been said by the Hannah Arendt, we need to give less emphasis on the hidden meaning. Like the Leo Strauss has said that we need to interpret the any word from two bases, exoteric and the esoteric. But according to the Hannah Arendt, we should not try to give emphasis on the hidden meaning. We should, because why? Because most point of time to interpret the text in a much more hidden meaning, we may misinterpret the text. There are chances that we may misinterpret the text, and we may not get the real result. We may not get the real thing which the author intention had been there. So according to the Hannah Arendt, we need to give less emphasis on the hidden meaning. We should try to go for what the obvious meaning is there of the particular word is there, because hidden meaning can be interpreted by several ways. For example, if I can say that politics is the god in the modern period of the time, so means this sentence can be interpreted several bases. Some person can say that I have had the intention to make the politics, and I like the politics because it always try to solve the problem of people. So what I'm trying to say that the Hannah Arendt has said, we if we give less emphasis on the hidden meaning, then there is very less chances for corrupt, what you call the wrong interpretation. So Hannah Arendt has said that we need to give more emphasis on the obvious meaning. There बहुत बार होता है कि हम देखते हैं कि कोई भी सेंटेंस अगर इंटरप्रेट करें तो उसमें हिडन मीनिंग को निकालते हैं, तो वो उसमें हमें गलती होने की चांसेस ज्यादा होती है, होने की। तो वही चीज हन्ना आरेंट कहते हैं कि हमें कोई भी टेक्स्ट को अगर इंटरप्रेट करना है तो उसको इंटरप्रेट करने के लिए हिडन मीनिंग को कम और ऑब्वियस मीनिंग को ज्यादा हमें वैल्यू देना होगा। वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, वी शुड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द obvious meaning of the word rather than giving emphasis on the hidden meaning. And the while the time of giving hidden meaning, we many point of time we may misinterpret the text. We may not get the real meaning of the particular text, and that whole exercise of interpretation will be failed, and we may not get the truth what the author intention was there, what the author was trying to say. So that's the important thing. The next thing has been said by the Hannah Arendt is we need to do the exercise from past and the present. So if we are seeing, if we can read the text of Woodrow Wilson, the method of political science of interpretation of life, its instrument is insight, a nice understand of subtle unformulated conditions. Means we need to understand the Woodrow Wilson background or the history, what kind of history he had been. All of you are aware about the fact that Woodrow Wilson is known as the father of public administration, and he talks about the public administration as a subject, and he has given much more emphasis to the public administration. So in the last semester, you must have read his 14 principle, that how the 14 principles are there. So, if we are reading the Woodrow Wilson this text, we need to go to his history. What kind of historical things, historical contributions were there, and what is the present condition is there. So then we can capable enough to grab the real meaning or the real interpretation of the particular text. Why Woodrow Wilson has written the text. So we need to go and connect the past with the present thing. If there is any continuity is there, then it means we are on the right path. We are in the on the correct path. For example, the Woodrow Wilson has said that political science is interpretation of life. Why? Because he has said that political science is a subject which has links with the physics, which has links with the biology, which has links with the chemistry, which has links with the history, which has links with the all the subjects. So according to him, the political science is the core subject, and that's why he has talked about the political science is one of the important things. So what I am trying to say that according to the Hannah Arendt, talk or mention that we need to do the exercise between the past and the present. मीन्स कभी भी अगर हम कोई भी टेक्स्ट को अगर पढ़ते हैं तो उसके पास्ट को, मतलब कि पहले क्या था, मतलब कि उसके इतिहास में क्या था और आज के समय में क्या है, तो उसको कोरिलेट करने की जरूरत है. Then we may get the real thing, then we may get the real picture. Like last time I had given you the Gandhi's view that if you can interpret the Gandhi, that how what kind of past he had, how he had taken the law degree and he was become as a barrister, but he was not very much successful in India. But the incident which has changed the Gandhi when he was thrown out from the train after saying the word that you are third class citizen, you are not allowed to enter into the first class this uh, what you call the in the compartment, you are not allowed to be part of this compartment. So that was the incident has given the journey to the Gandhi to become as a Mahatma. So whenever we are trying to read the text, we need to understand. Otherwise, Gandhi never had written the term Hindu Swaraj. Gandhi must not have talked about the non-violence because he has never experienced those things in his life before the 1896, before the incident which has been taken place with him in the Bloom Fountain in the South Africa. So whenever we are reading any text, we need to correlate the past and the present. The next thing which is been mentioned by the Hannah Arendt is the thinking, willing, and the judging. According to the Hannah Arendt, we need to whenever we are reading any text, we need to try to do a exercise that what was the thinking was going on in the mind of the writer, in the mind of the what you call the picture what you call creator or the writer or the book writer or the article writer. So first of all, we need to understand the thinking of the author. Like we are trying to understand what was the thinking of Plato was there, what was the thinking of Einstein was there, what was the thinking of the Aristotle was there, or Gandhi was there. So we are trying to understand the real what you call the intention was there, what why the author has trying to go with that. So we are trying to understand the thinking, the what kind of thinking the author have and what's the going on. So after thinking, we need to understand what the author is willing to do. Like Gandhi wanted to remove the violence from the world, so he has said that Swaraj is the only principle. So whenever we are reading any text, we need to correlate the thinking with the willing. What will a person is willing to do? What person is trying to do that? And the next is the judging. We need to judge the thing on the basis of the first two exercise, on the basis of the thinking and the willing. We need to do the judging that what author intention is, what author is trying to say, that what is the real meaning of the particular text is being there. So, on the other hand, Eric Voegelin, see the another author, he has also contributed a lot in the text and the interpretation. The Eric Voegelin has talked about that we need to give emphasis on both the things. First is the text and the creative work. Means whenever we are reading any text, like I'm talking about, if you're talking about the Aristotle, what the Aristotle has said, democracy is when the indigent and not the man of property are the rulers. Means somewhere he is not very much happy with the current situation, and he want to do the some certain change in the present scenario. So what we are doing, we are emphasizing, giving emphasis on the text, and we are trying to also see the creativity or how the sentence has been structured, how the sentence has been formed. So we need to give the creative work to the also to the one of the important thing. The next thing which Eric Voegelin has talked about, that whatsoever the activity a person do, or whatsoever the article, a book, or anything a person always does, though it always represents as a shadow of K. मतलब कि अगर कोई व्यक्ति कोई कार्य करता, कोई किताब लिखता है, कहीं ना कहीं वो उसके जीवन की परछाई या तो उसके जीवन के शैडो ग्रुप में उसको लेता है और उस होता है, क्योंकि वो the person wanted to create those things, the person have had witnessed those kind of thing in his life, so the person always try to overcome from the situation which all the person have perceived or received in their life. So according to the Eric Vogelin, we need to whenever we are reading any text, we need to try to see the things in a much more representative manner. We need to try to understand or correlate the work of individual and the activity of the individual with the writing. For example, Gandhi has participated in the non-violence movement. Gandhi has participated in the Quit India movement. So we can say that this person wanted to change, to provide the freedom to the India, and that's why Gandhi has talked about this thing. Gandhi has criticized the Britishers. So we can say in that light. The next thing which has been mentioned by the Eric Vogelin is the follows root at tradition. Means if we want to understand the any author, we need to understand the tradition. We need to understand the tradition means Gandhi. For example, I am talking about the Gandhi. Why I am taking the name of Gandhi? Because all of us are very much familiar with the activities and the role has been done by the Gandhi. So whenever we are trying to read the Gandhi, we need to read his tradition. We need to read his the activity. We need to read his work. That will help us. That how the Gandhi was very big critical to the violence. Gandhi was very big critical to the what you call to the kind of lie or not truth, or to the discriminating any person. So we can say that Gandhi was very much big critical to all those things which always had harmed the individual. So in this light, we can say that Gandhi was trying to create a human being. So with this interpretation, what I'm trying to say that we are trying to understand the truth with the help of what the activity is there, what's the root of the individuals are there. So after identifying the roots, after identifying the activity, we can correlate the activity with the writing, so that there can be some connection can be there, and we can capable enough or grab the real meaning of the particular word. So we can say in that light. Okay. So these are the things which I wanted to discuss here. Now all of you should write it down the question here. What is text? What is text? What is text? Examine the examine the textual approach. Examine the textual approach to interpret the text. Examine the textual approach to interpret the text. अगर किसी स्टूडेंट को कोई डाउट है, कोई क्वेरी है, कोई क्वेश्चन है, कोई चीज समझ में नहीं आया, सो यू कैन आस्क मी हियर इफ देयर इज एनी डाउट, क्वेरीज, क्वेश्चंस. Piyush, any question? Prasant, Love, have you started your studying here?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Anushka, go
So,
ahead.
what Eric said about creative text structure, can you explain it a bit more?
Okay, I'm taking with the example creative work.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah. For example, you can see the Gandhi sentence, any sentence, this one or the this one. Truth is my God, or the a man is a product of his thought. So two things the Eric Voegelin has said. One is the emphasis on the text. Okay, we have tried to understand the what is the text interpretation is there. But what is the creative work? Creative work means the person activities should correlate his words or her words. Like Gandhi has criticized the truth is my God. So Gandhi's activities will also reflect some certain kind of thing where he has condemned or where he has tried to do the work related to the truth. So creative work means the activity apart from the writing thing, the activity has been done by the author related to that particular thing. Like Gandhi's activity related to the non-violence. Like Aristotle was trying to establish a ideal state where we can overcome from all sorts of the problem, or where we can establish the politics. So uh, the creative work and the text basically means the text always supports the creative work. For example, if I always talks about that peace is very good, peace is very good, but I believe in the violence, that means what do you call, that is not a real interpretation of a particular thing. There is some gap is there, because all the person always try to write the text what he do or what he or she does. So the work activity or the thing which is being done by the author have always relations with the टेक्स्ट, मतलब कि जो जैसा काम करता है, जैसी एक्टिविटी करता है, उसकी परछाई कहीं ना कहीं उसके टेक्स्ट में मिलती है। तो उसको हमें दोनों को देखना पड़ेगा, दोनों को कोरिलेट करना पड़ेगा, तभी जाके हम सही मायने में किसी भी बुक का, आर्टिकल का, images ka, we are capable enough to interpret the text.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Understood. Also, in the second point, what do you mean by representative manner?
See, the representation means how I can how we can represent or identify any thing which is been there written by the author. For example, just with the example, it can be understood that Aristotle has mentioned about the all human beings are political, or human beings are social animal, or human beings are political animal. Why Aristotle has used this term political animal or human beings? So we need to correlate. We need to correlate with the action, with the thing which the author is saying. So it is related to the uh, it is related to the activity which the author is doing, or the activity is always associated as a kind of shadow, means जो जैसा काम करता है, जो जैसी एक्टिविटी करता है, so somewhere it has been associated with that. uh, uh, for Eric Voegelin basically trying to say with the as a representation means whatsoever work is been done by the individual, मतलब कोई भी कैसा कोई काम करता है, the work has been done by the individual, that work gives the some what you call the relation between the text and the creative work. On the other hand, मतलब कि same चीज we can say that the author have said that we can understand. For example, you are standing, whatsoever the activity you are doing, your activity can be seen in terms of the writing also. So it is the extension of the first point, that your activity, your work always been interpreted, or your work can be seen in the light of the activity which you have done or the author has been done. So it is a representation, it is a shadow of cave is being there. It is मतलब कि जैसे कोई व्यक्ति कोई कार्य करता है, कोई भी चीज करता है, that thing can be means also seen in the writing of the author. Like P. Chitambram, he is trying to criticize write the articles related to the economic. So you can see that how his activity is also associated with those kind of economic data, economic activities should be there, because all the author always do the work that is a kind of representation of his work to the writing with the help of his work, मतलब कि जो जैसा कार्य करता है राइटिंग भी उसी का एक रिप्रेजेंटेशन फॉर्मेट होता है.
Okay, sir.
So any other students have any query questions? Kindly read the article which I have uploaded on the Google Classroom so that it may clarify you furthermore. भले किसी भी चीज को समझने के लिए आपको उसको पढ़ना पड़ेगा, क्लास में ही आने से नहीं होगा, but you need to learn those things, read those articles so that you can grab the real thing. After 1 or 2 days, you will forget and you will not what you call understand the topic. That's why means I have giving more emphasis in the first unit. Okay, see you on Monday. Take care. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.